The Democrats' DHS shutdown is dragging on with seemingly no end in sight, but President Trump told the New York Post that forcing Congress back from recess to get this solved is, quote, under consideration. Joining us now is Florida Senator Rick Scott. Senator, good to see you. Thanks for. Before we get into the morass of what's happening inside the Beltway, I want to talk about outside the Beltway, where a week ago we had all these horrible lines that went out the doors of airports because of the TSA agents who weren't getting paid. The president came in with executive actions. He made it possible for ICE agents to come in and replace a lot of the TSA agents. He also had an executive action regarding their salaries, so they are going to be receiving salaries. But on the left side of your screen, you can't see it. We see no lines. Doesn't the president get all the credit here?
Absolutely. He did. Basically, Congress failed to do its job. Democrat senators blocked it. While they get paid, they didn't want TSA agents to get paid. TSA agents makes less than a third of what we make, but Trump did it. He brought in ICE first, and then he figured out how to repurpose funds. So the lines are gone. The airports are safer. So again, thank God for President Trump that he's doing everything he can to protect us, keep us safe, and do the right things for this country.
So what happened early Friday morning? I guess it was about 2 a.m. Friday morning in a deal, some kind of deal between Senator Thune and a handful of other Republican senators and the Democrats. What exactly happened?
Well, here's what they were working on. They were trying to make sure that that Border Patrol and ICE could get paid through funds from the Big Beautiful Bill. And so ultimately what was passed by a voice vote Friday morning was they would fund the other agencies and then rely on the Big Beautiful Bill to fund the others. Now, that's not the way they were in the government. This actually problem started by Republicans allowed Democrats to get all their priorities, like thousands of wasteful earmarks, and get that done without funding all of Homeland Security, which is what we care about: secure the border, get rid of violent criminals, right, all that stuff out of our country. So that was where the mistake was made. So now what we've got to do is we need to go back and we need to live in reality. Democrats will not fund Homeland Security. We're going to have to get rid of the filibuster or basically use the reconciliation process, right, which only takes 51 votes to fund border security and ICE. That's the only way this is going to happen. Democrats don't care.
Is there any question that if it is a reconciliation bill, a lot of people defend that you'll have all the Republican votes needed in the Senate and in the House in order to do that?
We will, as long as we don't put in a whole bunch of extraneous spending that we shouldn't be doing. This is basically operating the same way as we would be operating if there wasn't the filibuster rules. It just takes 51 votes. So if we focus on just Homeland Security, and we fund it, I think we ought to fund it for 10 years. Let's make sure it's funded. Then I think we'll have hopefully all 53 Republicans will vote for it, because that's what we should be doing right now. This is despicable what the Democrats are doing, but they're telling us who they are. They don't care what happened to Laken Riley. They don't care that criminals are killing our wives and our daughters and our granddaughters. They don't care. They're telling us who they are. So let's listen to them and do the right thing.
They don't care, by the way, that we are putting Americans more at risk at a time when we are at war with a nation that has Hezbollah operatives and Hezbollah sympathizers causing terrorist events right here in our borders.
David, it doesn't make sense. Don't they? I don't get the Democrats must not have families, or they don't care about their families. Like, I care about my family and your family. I want people to be safe. So they don't care that 2/3 of the people that are looking on cyber to make sure they know where terror cells are. They don't care that 2/3 of them aren't working and the other third are not getting paid. They don't care because, by the way, Democrat senators are getting paid. I've had a bill since I got up here: no budget, no pay. We should never allow a federal worker not to be paid. If we do, why are our senators or congressmen and women being paid? We should not be paid.
Well, every week matters. Tomorrow we might have another terrorist event happening that could have been prevented by some ICE agent that working on on getting some of the bad guys that are responsible for this. Is it conceivable that you could have a return to Congress in order to get this thing resolved quickly?
We should. Maybe we should. Now, should we go back? Yes. But the only way we're going to get something done, the Democrats are not going to come on board. This is their defund the police moment. They're not going to come back on board. So our choices are of one of two choices: eliminate the filibuster so we can pass bills with 51 votes, or do it through reconciliation as quickly as we can. That's our only choices here.
Could you also, if you're going to do reconciliation for DHS funding, could you do it for the Save America Act?
So you can't do policy in reconciliation, but you could do carrots and sticks. You could say, if you require voter ID, you will continue to get federal resources, and if you don't, we're going to take them away from you. So you could do something like that. We should take away the money from any city that is a sanctuary city, any city that doesn't use voter ID, any state that doesn't do this. Why is the federal government funding them? We need to secure a border. We've done that. Trump's done that. Now we need to secure elections.
All right. Well, there's got to be a political price to pay by Democrats for what they have done, because they're putting Americans at risk right now, and it's a shame. Not to mention the horrible situation with the airports. Senator Rick Scott, great to see you, sir. Thank you for being here. Much
Nice seeing you,
appreciated.
David. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too.